Opening kickoff here at Milford High School in a moment.
And Chris Shinovar handling the kickoff duties as he has all year. And he puts a foot in it and kicks it all the way down right to the 2-yard line, where Milford takes it, bringing it back up to the 20 to 30 and down at the 35. So a good kick, not so good coverage on that one. We've done a pretty good job on our kick coverage this year, and that one he just got by the first responders, if you will.
Right. No, and that's usually the case. If you can make a guy miss and find the lane, not necessarily going to be a house call, but you're going to have some decent field position to start off with, and that's exactly what the Mavericks were able to do there.
Yep, we got Nathan McMaster back at the left corner. He was out for a few weeks. And handoff off tackle there, and the Lions do a good job of stopping that one. Looked like Jack Schaefer was in there, also Caleb Mulcahy.
Big Gus Taylor in there.
Yep. And it's the round end. The Lions do a good job of meeting the running back and stretching it out a little bit. And he's going to get about 2 yards on that one. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Mavericks. Evan DeFrank was in on that tackle. And Milford, with the big rush is on by the Lions, and they go nowhere. Quarterback is thrown for a loss, and it's going to be a punting situation for Milford. That defense really showed something there.
No time for the Milford quarterback, and so far the Lions have come out and played exactly the way we expected.
Yes.
Brendan Locke deep to return. He's always dangerous. Be interesting if they kick away from him.
If they watch film, they probably will. And that snap is over his head. And the Lions are in on it. Quarterback tries to throw it, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Smart move there, otherwise he is going to end up with the Lions getting the ball down at the 5-yard line.
I don't know in all my years of football I've ever seen a punter have it snapped over his head and be wise enough to just wing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's had to have happened before, but normally they try and sneak a kick in or something.
Right. Well, they'll fall on it or do something, but
kick it out the back of the end zone for a safety, right? Well, let's see what the Lions can do here on their second offensive possession.
We got trips left. DeFrank in the backfield. The pass is out to him in the flat, and he gains a couple of yards before he's knocked out of bounds there. The Lions mixing it up a little bit here early on. They went with Singleton in the backfield the first series. Now they got DeFrank back there. And there's a timeout. I didn't see which direction it was signaled. I'm going to say it was Milford timeout. And it's a snap, handoff, or pitch to DeFrank. He breaks one tackle, turns the corner, and we'll see if he has enough for the first down. And they're moving the chains. So a good couple yard run there by DeFrank.
Yeah, he did a good job, and once he turned the corner, he knew he was going to have to grind out some more yards and got the shoulder down. Was able to deliver some punishment instead of take it all.
All right, so we got Locke up on top on the right. Trips to the left again. Morris, McGrath, and Fracassi. DeFrank still in there. Pass down to McGrath. Into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Oh, no, incomplete. He could not hang on to it to complete the catch. Well, I thought he had it there. Nice pass by Fracassi. Coverage on that was pretty tight also, but he got it in there where only McGrath could get it and couldn't hang on to it. So it's 2nd and 10. The Lions break the huddle. They got Twins to the left. Fracassi again looking over the middle. He sends it to Quinton. Makes a nice spin move. He's getting down into the 5. Should be, and he's still moving. His buddies came down and helped get him in there. And it's a touchdown. Wow, what a play there. It looked like Fracassi was down. And we got a late flag. So the flag, I believe, was after the play. If somebody said a magic word, or we'll see what they call. Now, years ago, it used to be you couldn't push the pile.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like they call that anymore.
No, I'm so
at any level.
You brought that up. I was once flagged for what is called assisting the runner. Yeah, I don't know if that just they took that away. It's just it's an unwritten rule. They don't call it anymore. If you recall, USC Notre Dame had a game that decided it, and I guess they just don't call it no more. I don't know. We need to look that up. But that is that used to be a penalty. You're right.
So the Lions are lined up to go for 2. And we're waiting for a signal. We never did hear what the call was.
Right.
And Locke is in motion. Fracassi keeps it, and he runs it right up the middle. A lot of good motion on there. Milford didn't know what to do. And that'll make it 14-0 here with 7:38 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back with the Lions kickoff. So Shinovar going to kick off, and a penalty was against the Mavericks as they assessed it on the kickoff. It was a personal foul, and the Mavericks get it right at the goal line, and they bring it back up to about the 15, almost to the 20-yard line.
Shinovar did a nice job of hanging that up there. You know, he could have went out there and just booted it through the end zone.
Yeah, and we've seen him do that for the touchback.
Keep your eyes open throughout the game. Get one of those great souvenir t-shirts.
So the Lions defense did a very good job on the first possession, and we'll see how they do here. Jack Schaefer and Mitch Kamoris at the linebacker position. Pitch out to the left. He gets right to the line of scrimmage, and he's met there by a host of Lions, Jake Newman being one of them. This is just the second team that I've seen run Jake Newman's way.
Well, he's a solid tackler. I mean,
we looked at the way this year has gone, and Jake hasn't gotten much activity over there because of offensive coordinators not wanting to run his side or throw his way. They know that the job he did last year, and that's a handoff. They're under center, and they get out to about the, it looks like maybe the 25, 27-yard line out there.
Pretty
Jake
solid
Newman
kick
again,
on
another
that
one,
side.
yeah. So it's 3rd and 2 for the Mavericks. And they hand off again up the middle. The quarterback keeps it. A little play action there, and the Lions meet him right at the goal line, or at the line of scrimmage. We'll see how. Looks like he got enough forward progress to get the first down.
Billy Sturberg from Maverick, first down. Ball's placed over the 31-yard line. First and 10, Mavericks.
Nice turnout here tonight by the South Lyon faithful. Just a nice little journey down Milford Road.
And it's a back to pass, and that's incomplete. Jake Newman was right there with the coverage, and the ball was short.
Caught me lollygagging in the crowd there.
The crowd will appreciate it.
Well, it's just a perfect night for football. You got crisp air. It's a nice fall night. Week 8. Can't believe it already.
Oh, this season went fast. I thought it went fast when my son was playing. Every year it seems to go faster and faster.
I'm with you.
So they go under center again. It's 2nd and 10. And they do a little misdirection in the backfield, and the Lions were having none of that. They just tackled everybody.
Looked like the ball might have been on the ground there for a second. It was hard to tell.
Well, the Lions did a great job of everyone to the ball. Well, that makes it 3rd and 11 for the Mavericks. And the Mavericks go with 3 wide. They roll out that way, looking downfield, and the rush is on. And almost intercepted there by Brendan Dancer. Did a great job of stepping in and breaking up that pass. So that's 4th and 11. The ball's on their own 31-yard line, and they're going to drop back to punt. As Ron Savage is the punter. We'll see how the center does this time with that snap. He gets it right to him, and there's a penalty thrown.
It's way back by Locke.
Yeah, well, that ref was counting players.
Ah.
So I don't know if they had too many or we had too many.
Looks like they're pointing against us.
Now let's move the ball up 5 yards if it is against us. I didn't see anybody
Leave the field.
leave the field.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
here he comes.
Quinn going to come off. Not necessarily meaning he was the penalized player. He just
Right. And now they get the punt off. A high kick. Locke calls for a fair catch right at the about the 44-yard line. 43. And the Lions will start it there. 1st and 10. So the Lions, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. The jet run handoff. Couldn't pick up that number. It looked like Jake Newman.
might have been 25.
Yep, I knew he was in there for Quinn Fracassi. And the Mavericks did a good job of stretching that out and getting to him early. So it's a 2-yard gain. It's 2nd and 8. Again, they got Locke on top. They're in a tight formation down here. Handoff is to
Singleton?
Jordan Singleton, yes, and he just covered that up and got around that corner for a nice gain. He's down to the 30-yard line of the Mavericks. Nice 30-yard gain there by Mr. Singleton. Singleton, a junior, has gotten a lot of playing time this year.
Yes, he has.
And seems to have gotten better and better. He gets the ball there again and runs it up the middle and gains just a yard.
I think experience really does mean a lot at this level. You know, the difference between JV and varsity is a big deal. And coming in as a junior, if you haven't had that experience, you're going to see a junior progress quickly, and I think that's what we've seen in number 5, and it's been pretty impressive. They obviously trust him with the ball.
Yes. All right, Fracassi looking back to pass. He finds Locke, who just beyond his fingertips there. He had his hands on it right at the goal line and could not reel it in.
More times than not, though, that's you dial up Locke, and he's got that. That's 6.
Well, that's about 2 or 3 times we've seen him beating the cover man. The opening play, that one.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
3rd down and long here for the Lions, something they haven't really seen so far in this first quarter.
No, they haven't. Locke goes in motion. Fracassi looks back to pass. He looks out, has McGrath out there, and it's just beyond his reach as he dives for it and tries to catch that. So that's going to be 4th and 8, 4th and 9. And I'm imagining they're going to go for it from here.
Yeah, you're looking at about a 46-yarder from here.
I'm not sure either of the kickers have that kind of a leg.
I bet you they could, warm-ups, but it's different out there. You throw the defense out there, and you got to get the snap down. I think this is the right call.
So Fracassi looking back to pass. Receiver got caught up between the safeties there. It looked like it was McGrath again that he was looking for down there. And so it'll be turnover on downs. Milford will take over on their own 29-yard line. So Camoris blitzes in, and the ball's on the ground, and the Lions got it.
Oh, man. Looked like
That was
number
Caleb
4.
Mulcahy.
Yeah.
Jumped on that. He was starting in place of Jesse Powell.
Good for him. That's great. That's a big-time play, and you get the ball back to your offense and a chance to really kind of take command of this game late here in the first quarter.
So it's kind of like 5th down now, right?
We'll take it.
Well, we'll see what they do from here. Fracassi rolling out, looking downfield. He keeps it and gains about 8 yards on that before he's run out of bounds. So Milford had the blitz on there, thinking that we were going to pass again, and Fracassi made a good job of extending that play and gaining some good yardage. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 2. You like that in the playbook?
Yes.
Cassie has a handoff to, I couldn't tell if that was to Frank, yeah. And he got the first down there. Look, although, that he wasn't down, like a knee hadn't touched, and he was going to get up and run again, but they had already blown the whistle.
Quick whistle there.
So the Lions marching again down the field. They're at the Milford 13. DeFrank's in the backfield behind Fracassi. Fracassi throws.
Mitch.
And that's Mitch Camoris. Little play action, froze the linebackers, and Camoris got open over the middle.
Fracassi laid it right in there for him, and the Lions go up 20-0.
That was a nice pass by Connor.
Yeah, nice little touch pass in there.
And we don't have Paul here tonight, but we got to call out the lineman there that provided the protection for him, because Fracassi had all day to throw that.
Stojanovic on for the extra point.
The ball's down, it's up, and it's good. So with 2:15 to go in the first quarter, the Lions are up 21-0. We'll be right back with their kickoff. Navarre handling the kicking duties. That one gets down at about the 10, and Milford fields it, and he trips over the yard marker there, kind of diving for the ball. And they're going to be 1st and 10 down from their own 10. This always excites a defense when the offense starts out in poor field position.
Absolutely. And the defense has been able to get a 3-and-out and a turnover. I guess Milford did pick up a first down on their second possession, but the defense is off to a strong start here in the first quarter.
They sure are. So they go under center, handoff, off tackle. There's a pride of Lions there to bring down the ball carrier after. They'll give him a yard. I thought that was generous. That's a home field chain gang. Oh, a great night for football here. And Milford pitches out to the left. And the running back there couldn't catch his number, but he picked up a few yards before he got knocked out of bounds. It looked like Jake Newman again was there, along with Steve Shelton from the safety position. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Mavericks. We'll call it 3rd and 4. So the Lions with the staunch defense here tonight. We'll see what they do here. Milford in the gun. They tried driving us off sides. They drop back to pass. And that's completed. Looks like it's going to be a first down. Steve Shelton's over there to help with the tackle. And they do. Also over there was Nathan McMaster. So Milford with their second first down of the evening. They're back in the gun again. And they roll out to the left, looking downfield to pass. They let it go, and it's out of bounds. Steve Shelton was there with the coverage. He was looking kind of anxious at that high pop to center field. Milford comes back out under center. The handoff, and the running back goes nowhere. Jack Schaefer there helping plug the middle. Mitch Camoras. Big Eric Walrath up there, number 75 at the nose guard position. And Milford taking a little bit of time to get this play in. The rest starting to count it off, and he just threw.
That's going to be a delay.
Yeah.
Someone might have done their math wrong over there and thought they could run out the clock here for the first quarter, but.
Well, they're 12 seconds short.
Yeah.
So they moved him back 5 yards. It looked like they let the quarter run out now. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter. The Lions up 21-0 here at Milford High School. So we're back at the start of the second. It's 3rd and 9 for Mavericks. They roll out to the left. There's Mitch Camoras chasing down the quarterback and gets him out of bounds right at the sticks. So it's going to be 4th and still 9. This is the first action we've had right in front of us here, Dan. My old eyes, I finally like to see it. Plays developing much better here. And so the Mavericks are going to punt here with 4th and 8. The ball on their own 28-yard line. Brendan Locke is back to receive it. He's standing about the 40. And it's a high kick. Locke calls for a fair catch, gets it right at the 45-yard line. And that's where the Lions will start their first possession here in the second quarter. So the Lions come out with, can't tell if that's Mitch Camoras in the backfield. He gets the ball. He breaks it across the 50. Still carrying players. He's over to the 45 or 40. Big gain there with Mitch Camoras. It's too bad he didn't get credit for the number of opposing team players he carries on his back.
Extra yards.
Yeah. Good blocking up front to make that hole for him. He got to the second level, and
that's where he's difficult to bring down. I mean, he gets the engine going.
Here we go. Fracassi pass out to the flat. And that's Quinn Fracassi who takes it down the sideline. He's all the way down to the 10-yard line. Nice play there. Actually had two guys over in the flat. I think might have confused the defense a little bit, but Quinn took off with it, and nice gain. Well, first down and 10 for the Lions at the 11-yard line. They got Jake Newman and McGrath split out to the right. Locks up top on the left. Short snap, but that was Camoras who took it and gained about 9 yards on that carry. I thought he was going to be in for the touchdown. He got tripped up, did a little cartwheel.
Yeah, the delayed handoff seemed to work out well. I mean, and I'm sure that's not how they drew it up, but
Well, it's funny how those broken plays usually start with a low snap, something that kind of freezes the defense or sends them in another direction, not doing their job.
Yes.
So it's second down and 2, second and 1 for a first down. And the pitch is out to Camoris, and rightfully so. He did a majority of the work getting us down here, and he's in for a touchdown. Nice little option play there that Connor ran. Held the ball long enough, pitched it, and Camoris was open.
Another impressive drive for the Lion offense.
Stojanovic on the kick. The kick is up, and it's good. That makes the score 28-0, and we'll be back with the Lions kickoff right after this. All right, Shinovar with the kick. He puts it down. Oh, and it rolls out of bounds right at the 1. That'll put the best field position the Mavericks have had today at the 35 or 40-yard line.
And it'll be right in front of us, so that's a win for the eyes.
Mavericks will take over first and 10 on their own 35-yard line.
You know, it's been a while since Milford's had a good team out here. And in the past, they've had some really good teams. Yes. So here they go under center. They hand off, and the Lions do a good job of stopping that one just for a yard or 2 gain. Ryan Champ was in on that tackle, along with Gus Taylor. We also got Jacob Klinger in there as well. So jet sweep off to the right. And he's taken right down. He did get a couple of yards on that carry, but that's going to make it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3 for the Mavericks. So a 5-yard gain for the Mavericks. Mavericks come in under the gun, or under center, and they timeout Mavericks.
Timeout.
So it's 3rd and 3 for the Mavericks from the 42-yard line. They come out under center.
Officials having a long talk.
Boy,
I don't know what is going on.
They're taking forever to get that ball set. And finally we get the play whistle. Man in motion, handoff up the middle. Nope, the fake and the pass out to the flat.
It's going to be awfully close to the first down. I think he's got it.
Well, he needed to get to the where he got.
Yep.
It looked like the
45. Yep. Need to get across the 45, and it's definitely a backwards pass. So it was a lateral outside, and was able to pick up just what he needed.
So, the Mavericks having a little bit of a drive going here. They're at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10. They're shotgun position and pass over the middle. And they've got another first down. Steve Shelton there with the tackle. So the Mavericks get into South Lyon territory for the first time tonight. The Mavericks offensive line provided some pretty good protection there.
Yeah, good
in order
ball,
to get
too.
that play off, and a nice pass. Pitch out to the left. Ooh. Is that Mitch Kamaris there? And big Gus Taylor making the tackle.
Gus and, it looks like 23.
Oh, Brendan Dancer.
Yeah, shook him up a little bit.
Hanging that shoulder. He had a shoulder issue earlier this year. He actually missed a game. He is in some pain. So 2nd and 10, man in motion. And the pass out to 12.
He's in.
And he's in the misdirection there. Caught the Lions off guard. And broken coverage allowed for a touchdown by the Mavericks. Well, that wasn't the best showing of the Lions defense tonight. The Mavericks just marched right on down the field.
You wonder if Dancer coming off and someone going into sub for him, maybe just miscommunication on assignments there.
Very well could have been. I mean, that experience that Brendan provides is irreplaceable.
Right.
So Milford runs the old cat and jack too. With the Lions cover pretty good, and they're going to line up to kick. Oh, and Jake Newman almost got his hands on that one. He got 3 of them last week. So that makes it 28-7. The Lions still in the lead, and 6:45 to go here in the second half. We'll be right back with Milford's kickoff. And Milford lines up to kick off, and they kick a little squib down the middle. And Locke picks that up. He's looking for an opening, and he takes it back up to the 40-yard line. I wasn't even thinking of an onside kick or anything, but
right.
You know, when you're down to a team like this, that's not a you have a coin flip. Do I give them the ball potentially at the midfield mark, or take the chance of getting the ball back? Fracassi brings him out of the huddle. He's in the gun. Lock down low to the right. Twins left. Manarich is in, makes a nice block there. He goes in motion. And that was Jordan Singleton, who gets about 6 yards on the carry. 5 yards. He's right at the 45-yard line. So 2nd and 5. We got Fracassi and McGrath split out to the right here. Lock up top. Fracassi takes a snap, throws out to Fracassi, who's caught right at the 45, and he gets about 2 yards. So
might get hit with a block in the back here.
Yeah, they did drop a flag right there, right at the point of contact. Oh, and they're marching it off against Milford. So it may have been a late hit, possibly. And it's the big 15-yarder. And that'll put the ball on the 38-yard line for the Lions. And another first down. Singleton, Fracasse's looking downfield. He's got Locke, who reels this one in. And he makes a great catch right at the 2-yard line. And there was good coverage on that one, too.
Well, Block knew he had some opportunities earlier in the game. He wasn't going to let that one get away from him.
Hey. No, he made sure he had that one. And again, another nice pass by Fracasse.
Yeah, it was.
Connor's right on tonight. So it's first and goal on the 2-yard line. And the Lions with the full house backfield. Fracasse rolls out to his right. And he throws that to Jack Pesh, number 33. Might have actually lost a yard or got just back to the line of scrimmage. Milford had a good rush on that time.
Yeah, Connor, he does really well with sensing that, though. He was able to roll away from it and find at least an option.
Second and goal from the 2. And Singleton takes it in. And he's got the touchdown. So the Lions up 34-7. They answer the Milford touchdown with their own. With 3:58 to go here in the second quarter, I'm sorry. First half. And Stojanovic is out to try the extra point. Evan DeFrank's the holder. And that kick is up. And it's good. Making it 35-7. And we'll be back with the Lions kickoff right after this. Chinavar with the kickoff duties here. He drives this one deep. It's down to the 5-yard line. And Milford tries a little trickery, but it doesn't fool the Lions. And Quinn Fracasse with the big hit there. I couldn't tell, was that Quinn or 14?
You know, I missed it. I saw the big hit. It was great.
If it's 14, that's Dylan Knox that made the hit. I think that's...
Yeah, definitely. Good job on looking that up. Because you want to make sure if it was Dylan, he's going to get the credit. And if it was Quinn, he got it too.
We got our backside covered here. Here goes Milford in the gun. Handoff up the middle. Oh, the quarterback kept that. Little late read, react, and late pitch. It's the old triple option there almost.
Right. Lions were ready for it, though. It's assignment football. Everyone's got a body.
Yep, and that's, one of the this team here has really played well as a team. Whoever's been out there, next man up. If people have been down or out, they've done a really good job. It's not just 11 guys; it's the guys that come in and the ones that get to practice this stuff that they run it against.
Looked like some early movement on the Mavericks.
For these responses, up down to the 50-yard line. This time, Joe and Bristol ain't there. Corner Mike Schwartz, Steve Gauthier, and Chris Baker. Come on now to beat Baker. Baker at the 50-yard line.
Good guy. Good to hear that they're sponsoring high school football over here at Milford High School. They have, of course, Bakers of Milford. Of course, Chris Baker, owner of the South Lyon Hotel as well.
And the Comeback Inn.
That's right, which is across the street here.
Right. Great establishments.
Yep, good people.
And Milford takes a snap, throw out in the flat. They make that catch, and Evan DeFrank was there. Yeah. Steve Shelton also in on the tackle there. William Sternberg is listed as a quarterback here who's a sophomore.
He was playing in the JV game yesterday. He was all over the place. So I don't know if he's down there doing double duty, but he was a big-time player last night for the JV squad.
Well, he's got a heck of an arm because that was a long throw across the field from this side hash to the far side, yeah. So it's 2nd and 7 for the Mavericks. They go under center. They drop back to pass. They look downfield. There's a big rush. He gets the pass off. And good coverage down there by Quinn Fracassi. And McMasters was also back in coverage. Well, that'll be 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks. We've got Ben Caesar in at middle linebacker who was putting some pressure on the quarterback. And the Mavericks try it up the middle. They get about 3 yards on that. And that's going to make it 4th and 3. So 4th and 3, the Mavericks are going to go for it. They line up in the gun, or in the, yep, Sternberg looking downfield to pass. And they get the first down on that. Jake Newman in coverage. Number 7, Benjamin Kolaski.
Nice little
made
play.
The catch. Again, nice pass, nice catch. 1:05 to go in the first half here. Mavericks having a little bit of success. And Sternberg goes in motion out to the left. He rolls out looking downfield. And that was an incomplete pass.
Second down and 10, Mavericks.
So the Lions starting to substitute a little bit on defense here. We've had Brendan Dancer go out with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, it looks like...
We got Vincent Vaughn is in at the safety position out there, number 6. Oh, the Lions are pointing that they got an interception there, and they did.
Steve Shelton? Nice.
Steve Shelton. He's kind of been the ball hawk for the Lions this year. Adam Covert, number 9, was also back there in coverage. And that's a testament to the Lions. They playing some great defense, and you realize they got 3 substitutions in there.
The Lions are going to be happy with just taking this into the half. As they kneel down.
I think they'll get one more kneel.
I think so.
And so a rather impressive first half there.
Yep.
A couple possessions by Milford where they started moving the ball. But the Lions seem to stiffen up and come right back and have an answer for them. So, and that will be the half. As the clock runs down, your Lions are up 35-7, and we'll be back with the second half on a great night of football and remembrance of our military services out there. Very patriotic evening.
Absolutely. We'll be back with the third quarter in a moment.
And the Lions kicking off at the start of the second half here. You got Brian McPhee on mic, Dan Pelchett running the camera and helping with the color commentary. Milford takes it, and they run it all the way back to the 35. Ball's out. And we'll see what they call that. Oh, they're saying he was down. Was that Singleton that jumped on it?
Yeah, it looks like
number 5?
Yep. That's a bummer. That would have been big.
So, a little excitement. I'll tell you, we got to do something with those kickoffs. They're getting way too much return yards on it. Milford goes under center to send a man in motion. Hand off to the up back. He gets through the line of scrimmage. Gets about 7 yards on that carry.
South Lyon cheerleaders attention. The Milford cheerleaders would like to challenge you in a live-off. Come on over to the Milford sideline.
So we got a few new linemen out there right now. So with a 35-7 lead, Lions trying to get some playing time and experience for some kids. And then Milford draws back to pass. Big rush on him. Quarterback scrambles around. He gets away. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't lose that football either. He was trying to dance his way through the pressure.
Well, I'm sure in the film room they'll be telling him 2 hands on the ball at all times.
South Lyon cheerleaders, come on over to the other side for a live-off.
So we're just underway in the second half here. A great night for football.
Yes, it has been.
We could be filming Friday Night Lights here. We are, aren't we?
Yep, that's right.
They go in motion again. Hand off to the up back.
That play's been efficient for them.
Yeah, and they get a first down. Blake Kerwin, a senior, is the running back, number 10, who's doing most of that damage up there.
Maverick first down. Ball placed at the 50-yard line. First and 10.
One of our new linemen, Jake Madsen, number 61, who was in on there. Another big rush and a pass over the middle, and that's broken up. Looks like that was Mr. Shelton.
Nice
Went up, did a
coverage.
good job of breaking up that pass.
Yes. Had a very nice interception late in the second quarter, too.
By Steve Sheldon. Nice play.
So also in the game at safety is Derek Jamber, number 6. They're in the gun. Hand off to the up back. Oh, and he just breaks through. He's down to the 5. Down, knocked out of bounds just before going in.
Inside the 5-yard line.
Jake Newman came over from his far corner spot to make that tackle.
Yeah.
Again, Blake Kerwin showing some speed there.
Yes, he was.
Boy, he got through everybody.
Goal, Mavericks.
So they're down as first and goal from the 5. Hand off to number 4, tries to get around end. And touchdown for Milford. So their first possession, they take it right down the field. And the Lions not doing a very good job of slowing anybody down on that possession.
Well, nothing fancy. I mean, basically option to the up back, or you go to the guy in motion or coming around the end, and he's been able to gash the Lions for a couple of big runs, and then they're able to punch it in.
Yeah, a little frustrating there, the Lions defense. And it looks like they're going to go for 2. They're running the Captain Jack. And then pass into the end zone. And that's broken up and incomplete. Making it 13 for the Mavericks and 35 for the Lions. So 9:27 to go in the third quarter here. Milford scores in their first possession. And they'll be kicking off to the Lions here in just a moment. From Milford, they do a little pooch kick over to the side. And the Lions get it back to about the 40-yard line. Evan DeFrank was the one that made the catch or return. So it's 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. The Lions will take over for their first possession here in the second half. The Lions come out in their standard formation. Looks like Evan DeFrank is the back next to he is, and the pass is out to McGrath, and he kind of shorthanded that one as he was going to get popped.
Yep, there was going to be some traffic there.
Alex Truk, number 20, just came into the game, bringing the play in from the sideline.
A couple names I recognized from JV last year that were some big-time players.
Yeah,
Truk
Alex
and,
had a great JV year.
Yeah.
Good to see him getting some playing time out here.
too, had a really nice year last year.
Yes, he did.
So.
And that's pitch out to DeFrank. He makes a cut, and he's tripped up.
Try and stay up. That elbow counts, though.
Yeah, and he just got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. So here come the Lions, 3rd and 11. Fracassi awaiting the snap. He looks downfield. Nice toss out there to up, and it's intercepted. Intended for Quinn Fracassi.
Looks like he might.
And he's still down.
Up on the play, yeah. Now he's able to get up.
Yeah.
Flag.
And we got a flag over there. Now, if not that, sure, that's all the celebration was going on while Quinn was down or what happened there, but we'll see what the call is.
Looks like it's going to be against the Lions.
And it's against the Lions, which that's a little surprising, but
well, I think for those of us with the information we have know what probably was done over there, and probably the Lion that was over there probably didn't care for the reaction, and he was a little banged up on the play. He might have let him know about it.
yeah. They go under center, man in motion. Number 4 takes it around the end, and he's knocked out of bounds. Milford seems to have a little bit of the old Cantonese offense.
Yes, that's great point.
They're doing a good job of running it right now.
And the thing is, if you're selling your fakes, it can be very deceptive. And I think that's part of the reason why the smaller tailback has been so effective here. It's hard to pick them up.
It sure is. If you don't know who's got the ball.
Right, and then with the type of speed he's shown, if you don't know, and a half a tick later you do, he's already by you.
Right, so he rolls out to the left. And that one's incomplete. Had that been completed, I think there might have been a little separation anxiety the way Newman was coming in.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the wideout wants that one back, but for his health and being able to play next week, it might have been for the best.
So we got 3rd and 5 for Milford from the 40-yard line. A pitch out to the left, and that was, they blew the whistle on that. I think probably because it went out of bounds, but that looked like it was a
He's done that multiple times.
Lateral.
Yeah, he throws it overhand, but it's backwards, so it is a live ball. And I got to assume you're right. Either A, it went out of bounds, or maybe on that version of it, it did go forward. Tough from our angle to be able to tell.
Right. Well, that ball was on the ground for a little moment.
Yeah.
So 4th and 5 now for Milford.
See if the defense can get it off the field here, get the offense back out there.
A stop would be huge here right now. And they back to pass. That is completed. The rush was on there. But this kid has a pretty good arm.
Yeah. Able to go down and make the catch. All of a sudden, the Mavericks are knocking on the door of the red zone here.
They look like an offensive powerhouse. So the ball on the 29, 1st and 10 for Milford. They go back under center, do the big Gus Taylor there, trying to tackle the ball. That may have actually been a tackle for loss, but yeah, they move it back a half yard. And we got our starting O-line back out there. Gus Taylor, Waldrath. And the pass, he drops back the pass, he scrambles. Jack Schaefer's chasing him, and
saw some laundry go down out there. There is a flag.
I don't know if they're going to call holding or, but back there, it's not a. We'll see. You never know where the ref's call is coming from. They're going to pace it off against the Lions. The ref has his back to us. It looks like it might have been holding. It's a 10-yarder. So it's going to be 2nd and short.
10-yard gain to be 2nd down and less than a yard.
And a handoff. Oh, and Waldrath hit him immediately. And they calling a 3rd down and short. I tell you, that pass over the middle has absolutely killed us.
Yeah, yeah. Now the silver lining here is that Milford's chewing up quite a bit of clock here, at least in the 3rd quarter.
And the quarterback keeps it, and he's going to have the 1st down. You're right, Dan. the 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
First down. First and 10, Mavericks.
They got a lot of ground to cover to make this a ball game, although right now they're doing it. There's a big pass over the middle again, and it looked like DeFrank was back there in coverage.
Number 6.
Or Jamber.
Yeah.
That was Jamber. I'm sorry. He almost looked like he shot put that over the line. So that'll make it 2nd and 10. Milford in the gun. They drop back, pass, throw it out into the flat. And it looks like number 4 caught that. Big rush put on by Camoris and Mulcahy. This is starting to be one of those games where we root for the clock, huh?
Right.
So 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks. And it's been all Mavericks here in the second half. They drop back to pass. And that one's incomplete. Sternberg's pass was intended for Eric Kramer.
I thought that was the name they were saying earlier.
Yeah, number 4 is Eric Kramer.
Shares a name with the Lions' former quarterback. Detroit Lions. Clarify that.
In one of their most successful seasons
Right.
in a long, long time. Oh, Milford, Sternberg waiting a snap. He gets it. He's rolling out to his left. Lions got a rush on. Schaefer almost got him. Camora's now chasing after him as he reverses his field.
Good hit.
Wow. That kid just ran 100 yards.
Yeah.
And he got about 3.
Was 4th down.
It was. He needed 7, and he got the first down. Unbelievable.
When he reversed field, I thought someone's going to tee him up, but he did it at such the right angle that he actually beat the Lions back the other way.
Well, he had quite a bit of line of scrimmage in front of him that people had to stay in coverage, and they're all shifted over to one side, and he just ran to the open side. That'll be one on film to show you to hold your position.
Yeah. Something's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know what they're sorting out down there. Looked like maybe there was a couple of Lions and Mavericks exchanging email addresses or something.
I think the chains are going to come out for a measurement.
Oh, there we go. We were talking about this last week.
Yes,
that
we were.
don't see
We don't
too many measurements. Which I always thought the coach had the right to call for one. And they got it by the length of a football.
Wow. Yeah, I zoomed her in as far as it could go, but that's a first down. And the Mavericks just not going to go away here.
Well, whatever they reviewed at halftime, they did a pretty darn good job.
I agree.
Well, it's first and goal from the 8-yard line for the Mavericks. They go under center. And they hand off to number 10 again.
Number 10, Blake Kerwin, the ball carrier.
Blake Kerwin.
Inside the 5.
Steve Schultz with the tackle. 3 in the book.
They go back under center. You can guess one of 3 guys is going to keep it or take it. And the Lions do a good job of stuffing them that time. So you got that guy that goes in motion, the tailback and the quarterback, all potentially getting the ball.
Yep.
And they're running it again. It goes forward motion, handoff. Quarterback rolls out. He's looking into the end zone. He's pitching. Oh, and the defensive back fell down out there.
For a Mavericks touchdown.
Looks like it was Jake Newman that fell and left the receiver wide open. I don't know if he tripped over another player out there or what happened, but that's unfortunate. So the Mavericks score again. Their second touchdown this half.
Yeah, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and offensively they've probably doubled their yardage from the first half. They will go for 2 again to try and get this to a 14-point game.
And they look back and they got a man wide open for the extra point. Broken coverage there. And I don't know if you just go man-to-man on that or what, but the young man was wide open. That makes it the Lions 35, Mavericks 21 with 2 unanswered touchdowns here in the second half. With 3:20 to go in the third quarter, we'll be back with Milford's kickoff. From Milford, they do a little pooch kick over to the side. And the Lions get it back to about the 40-yard line. Evan DeFrank was the one that made the catch or return. So it's 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. The Lions will take over for their first possession here in the second half. The Lions come out in their standard formation. Looks like Evan DeFrank is the back next to he is, and the pass is out to McGrath, and he kind of shorthanded that one as he was going to get popped.
Yep, there was going to be some traffic there.
Alex Chuk, number 20, just came into the game, bringing the play in from the sideline.
A couple names I recognized from JV last year that were some big-time players.
Yeah,
Chuk
Alex
and,
had a great JV year.
Yeah.
Good to see him getting some playing time out here.
Too. Wow, had a really nice year last year.
Yes, he did.
So.
And that's pitch out to DeFrank. He makes a cut, and he's tripped up.
Try and stay up. That elbow counts, though.
Yeah, and he just got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. So here come the Lions, 3rd and 11. Fracassi awaiting the snap. He looks downfield. Nice toss out there to up, and it's intercepted. Intended for Quinn Fracassi.
Looks like he might.
And he's still down.
Up on the play, yeah. Now he's able to get up.
Yeah.
Flag.
And we got a flag over there. Now, if not that, sure, that's all the celebration was going on while Quinn was down or what happened there, but we'll see what the call is.
Looks like it's going to be against the Lions.
And it's against the Lions, which that's a little surprising, but
well, I think for those of us with the information we have, know what probably was done over there, and probably, you know, the Lion that was over there probably didn't care for the reaction. He was a little banged up on the play. He might have let him know about it.
yeah. They go under center, man in motion. Number 4 takes it around the end, and he's knocked out of bounds. Milford seems to have a little bit of the old Cantonese offense.
Yes, that's great point.
They're doing a good job of running it right now.
And the thing is, if you're selling your fakes, it can be very deceptive. And I think that's part of the reason why the smaller tailback has been so effective here. It's hard to pick them up.
It sure is. If you don't know who's got the ball.
Right, and then with the type of speed he's shown, if you don't know, and a half a tick later you do, he's already by you.
Right, so he rolls out to the left.
Ooh.
And that one's incomplete. Had that been completed, I think there might have been a little separation anxiety the way Newman was coming in.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the wideout wants that one back, but for his health and being able to play next week, it might have been for the best.
So we got 3rd and 5 for Milford from the 40-yard line. A pitch out to the left, and that was... Oh, they blew the whistle on that. I think probably because it went out of bounds, but that looked like it was a...
He's done that multiple
reverse
times.
lateral.
Yeah, he throws it overhand, but it's backwards, so it is a live ball. And I got to assume you're right. Either A, it went out of bounds, or maybe on that version of it, it did go forward. It's tough from our angle to be able to tell.
Right. Well, that ball was on the ground for a little moment.
Yeah.
So 4th and 5 now for Milford.
See if the defense can get it off the field here, get the offense back out there.
A stop would be huge here right now. And they back to pass. And it's completed. The rush was on there. But this kid has a pretty good arm.
Yeah. Able to go down and make the catch. All of a sudden, the Mavericks are knocking on the door of the red zone here.
They look like an offensive powerhouse. So the ball on the 29, 1st and 10 for Milford. They go back under center, do the big Gus Taylor there, trying to tackle the ball. That may have actually been a tackle for loss, but yeah, they move it back a half yard. And we got our starting O-line back out there. Gus Taylor, Waldrath. And the pass, he drops back the pass, he scrambles. Jack Schaefer's chasing him, and
saw some laundry go down out there. There is a flag.
Yep, I don't know if they're going to call holding or, but back there, it's not a. We'll see. You never know where the ref's call is coming from. They're going to pace it off against the Lions. The ref has his back to us. It looks like it might have been holding. It's a 10-yarder. This is going to be second and short.
10-yard gain to be second down and less than a yard.
And a handoff. Oh, and Waldrath hit him immediately. And they calling a third down and short. I tell you, that pass over the middle has absolutely killed us.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the silver lining here is that Milford's chewing up quite a bit of clock here, at least in the third quarter.
And the quarterback keeps it, and he's going to have the first down. You're right, Dan. The 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
First down. First and 10. Mavericks.
They got a lot of ground to cover to make this a ball game, although right now they're doing it. There's a big pass over the middle again, and it looked like DeFrank was back there in coverage.
Number 6.
Or Jamber. That was Jamber. I'm sorry. He almost looked like he shot put that over the line. So that'll make it second and 10. Milford in the gun. They drop back, pass, throw it out into the flat. And it looks like number 4 caught that. Big rush put on by Camoris and Mulcahy. This is starting to be one of those games where we root for the clock, huh?
Right.
So 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks. And it's been all Mavericks here in the second half. They drop back to pass. And that one's incomplete. Sternberg's pass was intended for Eric Kramer.
I thought that was the name they were saying earlier.
Yeah, number 4 is Eric Kramer.
Shares a name with the Lions' former quarterback. Detroit Lions. Clarify that.
In one of their most successful seasons
Right.
in a long, long time. Oh, Milford, Sternberg waiting a snap. He gets it. He's rolling out to his left. Lions got a rush on. Schaefer almost got him. Camoris now chasing after him as he reverses his field.
Good hit.
Wow. That kid just ran 100 yards.
Yeah.
And he got about 3.
Was 4th down.
It was. He needed 7, and he got the first down. Unbelievable.
When he reversed field, I thought someone's going to tee him up, but he did it at such the right angle that he actually beat the Lions back the other way.
Well, he had quite a bit of line of scrimmage in front of him that people had to stay in coverage, and they're all shifted over to one side, and he just ran to the open side. That'll be one on film to show you the hold your position.
Yeah. Something's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know what they're sorting out down there. Looked like maybe there was a couple of Lions and Mavericks exchanging email addresses or something.
I think the chains are going to come out for a measurement.
Oh, there we go. We were talking about this last week.
Yes,
that
we were.
don't see too many measurements. Which I always thought the coach had the right to call for one. And they got it by the length of a football.
Wow. Yeah, I zoomed her in as far as it could go, but that's a first down. And the Mavericks just not going to go away here.
Well, whatever they reviewed at halftime, they did a pretty darn good job.
I agree.
Well, it's first and goal from the 8-yard line for the Mavericks. They go under center. And they hand off to number 10 again.
Number 10, Blake Kerwin, the ball carrier.
Blake Kerwin.
Inside the 5.
Steve Schultz with the tackle. 3 in the book.
They go back under center. You can guess one of 3 guys is going to keep it or take it. And the Lions do a good job of stuffing them that time. So you got that guy that goes in motion, the tailback and the quarterback, all potentially getting the ball.
Yep.
And they're running it again. He goes forward in motion, handoff. Quarterback rolls out. He's looking into the end zone. He's pitching. Oh, and the defensive back fell down out there.
For a Mavericks touchdown.
Looks like it was Jake Newman that fell and left the receiver wide open. I don't know if he tripped over another player out there or what happened, but that's unfortunate. So the Mavericks score again. Their second touchdown this half.
Yeah, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and offensively they've probably doubled their yardage from the first half. They will go for 2 again to try and get this to a 14-point game.
And then look back and they got a man wide open for the extra point. Broken coverage there. And I don't know if you just go man-to-man on that or what, but the young man was wide open. That makes it the Lions 35, Mavericks 21 with 2 unanswered touchdowns here in the second half. With 3:20 to go in the third quarter, we'll be back with Milford's kickoff. So, Lions looking to get the ball for the second time this half. And a little onside kick there.
Lions did good being ready for that.
Yep, they really did. They're going to get good field position. I didn't see the young man that recovered that.
Looked like it might have been 19. Caesar.
Yeah, that's Ben Caesar. Did a great job of grabbing that and covering the ball up. Well, we'll see what the Lions run here.
Singleton.
That's Singleton, who's been one of our best ball carriers here tonight. Between him and Mitch Camoris, they've done a great job of running the ball.
Looks like he picked up about 5 there. Hey! Good. I'm going to turn this off really quick.
Yeah. And Fracassi gets a snap. Hands off again to Singleton. He goes up to center. And he gets across for the first down and more. So the Lions now showing some prowess on offense. So the Lions down to the 42-yard line of Milford. Fracassi waiting to snap. He takes it off to Singleton again. They go around the right side. And he makes looks like he's to the first down marker.
Those cheerleaders have been working really hard. We have one special cheerleader.
Maybe just up. Yeah, they're giving him the first down as he gets down to the 30.
Coming up on Monday, congratulations. Where's Josie? I don't see her waving. There she is. Happy birthday, Josie.
So the Lions having some success around this right end. And Singleton doing a good job carrying the ball. Because Chuk in motion. And Fracassi keeps it.
Nice game.
And he gashes them for about 9 or 10. Yeah, they're moving the chains. Another 10-yard carry.
Exactly what the Lion offense needed to do with this possession.
They did. They had to just come back out and re-own the field.
Yeah.
And it's a timeout by Milford, yes, and we'll be right back after this. Cassie looking back to pass. Gets a little bit of a rush on. He's scrambling, and he's going to get sacked. He's going to lose about 2 yards on that.
Well, it was a good timeout for the Mavericks there.
Oh, it sure was. They made the most of that. So we'll see what the Lions do here now. Singleton in the backfield.
Timeout Lions.
Fracassi a little upset. People didn't have the right play or something there, but right now the Lions are looking a little out of sorts.
Well, made the right decision there to burn the timeout, talk it over. You really need to come away with some points here to make sure, keep that 3-score separation.
Exactly. You're right. Here we go, 2nd and 10 from the 19. Man in motion, hand off to Singleton, back up the left. And he gets up to about the 15-yard line. Gain of about 5. And the clock running with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And then they just let this run out. We'll see. And it looks like they are as they start migrating to the other side of the field. And at the end of the third, it's the Lions 35 and Milford 21. We'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Corner, Lions going on to lead 35.
And here we go with the start of the fourth. Fracassi back to pass. Throw a little draw screen there. And it looks like it. Singleton. And he gets in for the touchdown.
Just the way they drew it up there, right, Brian?
Yes. It's got to be the most frustrating play for the defense. That little draw screen when you bite on it.
Right. Looks like we have a line down. We'll step out for a quick break.
Stojanovic on for the second, the extra point there. And he puts it up, and it's good. Making a score 42-21. And that was Caleb Baker that was down and came off under his own power. So hopefully he'll be fine. So the Lions score right off the bat here at the start of the fourth quarter after going scoreless in the third and giving up 2 touchdowns to Milford. So we'll see how the rest of the fourth quarter goes here. The Lions got a pretty good lead. They just need to stop this offense that Milford came up with in the second half. Chris Chinavara kicking off. It's a shallow kick, taking that to 20. And he's gets out to about the 40 where he's finally brought down.
Lions are saying they got it, Ryan.
And then it looks like that ball ended up on the ground. It looks like it's going to remain Milford ball. The Lions were signaling that they had it, but
yeah, they finally just signaled it Milford's ball, but there's probably a couple hundred other officials over here near us that disagreed with that call.
Maybe the fans should all wear striped shirts one week.
Oh, that would be good.
So Milford starting on their 41-yard line. And they roll out, pass into the corner there. Evan DeFrank with the coverage. Pass is intended for Victor Smith, number 6. And they come back under center, pitch out to the side. And he's brought down right about the 46-yard line, gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4. Call it a 5-yard gain and 3rd and 5. Milford does have some speedsters on this team, I'll tell you that. That kid was quick.
Well, we've seen some promise out of that quarterback. If it's the same young man that played in the JV game yesterday, he was all over the field defensively. And yeah, you're right. We've seen a lot of speed.
Well, and he's looking downfield again, and the man's wide open. Evan DeFrank catches up with him and tackles him down at the 10-yard line. That was Eric Kramer again with the catch. And I don't know if that was broken coverage or...
Well, or maybe someone rolled up thinking the quarterback was going to take off with it too, but...
Yeah, you got to stay in coverage till they cross that line of scrimmage. And Blake Kerwin takes it, and he's caught by Mitch Camoris immediately. Good play by Mitch. Actually threw him for a loss for 2 yards. So they go back to the gun. Oh, and a great catch there. I didn't get the number, but
Like 18, Brian.
18, Gavin Mudge. And again, Sternberg with a great pass. He threw that a long way to get it over to that sideline.
Yeah. No, it was
And had a rush on him.
And we had a guy in coverage, too. Just the ball was thrown right over his head.
Yep. And they're going to go for the extra point. Sternberg, the holder. Sebastian Naughton is the kicker, number 1. And Jake Newman comes in and blocks that.
Jake Newman. Becoming his trademark.
It is. He might have to get soccer goalie gloves, for protecting his hands. So that leaves the score at 27 for Milford and 42 for the South Lyon Lions.
Milford cheerleaders for all this entertainment all season long. Great job, girls.
So the Lions putting their hands team out there, looking for the onside kick from Milford. They have nobody pat the 25-yard line. They're all up close. And Brendan Locke does a good job of coming up and getting that after one of the Lions front guys tried to grab it and it took a bad bounce. So the Lions will take over on the 35-yard line.
36-yard line.
That was a fastball coming through there.
Yes, it was. And, Milford did really good to get 2 guys down there. Locke, if he would have hesitated a second, that could have been a problem.
Fracassi sends Singleton in motion, passes out to Quinn, who takes it down the field. He gets down to about the 40-yard line of Milford. So a nice play there by the Lions to move the ball into Milford territory. We got Darian Manarich off to the left and Quinn Fracassi. Quinn throws over the middle to Manarich, who catches and gets about 3 yards on that catch.
4. Second out and 6. Lyon.
Well, trading touchdowns would assure us a win, but it'd just be a frustrating way to end this game after the way it started.
Right.
So Fracassi in the gun, drops back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to lock, and that was broken up by Milford. Almost intercepted.
Yeah, he was covered well.
Yeah, he was.
Third down and 6.
Brendan never got the good position on him, and the receiver or the cover guy took the inside and was there stride for stride with them. So that makes it 3rd and 5. Singleton to the right, to the left of Fracassi. Handoff to Singleton off the right side. He zigzags around, and great run there as he picked up about 15 yards. And plenty for the first down and then some. Well, Singleton having a good night. I'm not sure what he has in yardage, but he's got to be close to the 100-yard mark if he's not over it.
Yeah, I would agree.
There, Fracassi's waiting a snap. Quinn Fracassi in motion. They hand off back to Singleton. And he gets back to about the line of scrimmage. So the clock running, 7:42 left here in the game out at Milford High School. We got Locke split out on top to the right. Manarich and Newman are down to the left. Singleton goes in motion. Fracassi keeps it himself, runs it up the side. He zigzags a little bit. He gets the first down and more. He's down inside the 5-yard line, close. Let's see where they mark that one.
It's like about the 4, Brian.
Yeah. The Lions running game coming alive here in the 4th quarter.
Singleton?
Singleton, yep.
He's
He's in for a touchdown.
Well deserved.
Great job there. Good to see the young man get the touchdown after all the work getting him down there. It's now 48-27. Stojanovic on for the extra point. Evan DeFrank's the holder. And the ball's down and up. And no good. Pulled that one a little wide left. So, 48-27 with 6:31 to go in the game. And the Lions will be right back with their kickoff. Chinavaro with the kickoff here. And he drives that one deep. All the way down inside the 5, they take that. And he's tackled right about the 25, landed around the 27. And so Milford will start at their 27-yard line. And they've been highly effective here in the second half. Man in motion. Pitch out to him. And he gets back to about a 2-yard carry there.
Second on 8, Mavericks. 28, Jack Schaefer. Tackle for the line.
Jack Schaefer brought down the running back there. They come out in the gun, send a guy in motion. Pass over the middle again. And it's picked off. Steve Shelton with the interception. He actually did a double take to see if he had it, you know?
No, it did. It kind of bobbled. It looked like he kind of pinned it against his thigh. He's like, oh, I do got it. Great play by 35. He's had a couple big plays tonight on creating turnovers. Nice game for Steve Shelton.
Tell you, if he didn't and that ball scooted through, the receiver had nobody between him and the end zone.
Yep.
A great play by Steven.
Jumped the route, was able to reel it in.
First and 10, Lions.
So Fracassi and Singleton in the backfield. Quinn Fracassi in motion. He gets the handoff. Cuts it back up the middle against the grain. And he gets a few yards on that play. So they actually gained about 8 yards on that carry. It's second and 2, 3.
Yeah, I think 2's good. Nice little sneaky little run there. I mean, clock's running. Lions really are just make sure we get some first downs here and run this clock out.
Right. Hand off to Singleton up the middle. He gains a few yards, should have the first down.
Singleton put some miles on the tires tonight.
So they got a first down, 4:33 to go in the game here. Deep into Milford territory. The Lions taking their time. And they've got a couple seconds to get that one off. As handoff to Singleton. He cuts back and forth. It's a nice, almost 10-yard run there.
Yeah, Lions will have it first and goal now, inside the 10.
So we'll see what they do here. Again, taking their time coming out of the huddle. Singleton's behind Fracassi. Locks split out wide to the right. The handoff is to Singleton again. He does a great job.
Oh, and he's in.
Stepping left and right. And he's in for a touchdown. Touchdown, South Lyon.
What a game for that young man tonight. Number 5, Jordan Singleton.
So, 3:33 to go, and it's 54-27. Stoyanovic's kick is up, and this one is good, making it 55-27. And the Lions will be kicking off here shortly.
27.
Chinnavar with the kickoff. He drives it deep. That one takes a bounce up, and Milford does recover it. And they get back out to about the 18-yard line. So Milford will start down at their own 18-yard line.
Out to the 18-yard line. First and 10. Mavericks.
Good job by our buddy there, Shane Capo, helping out, grabbing the kicking tee there.
Shane's a great guy. The team loves him. He loves the team.
Yes, he does, and he helps out quite a bit, especially on home games and stuff.
So here Milford comes out under center. And the ball looked like it might have gotten loose out there, but that's just that misdirection that they run back there, The Lions do a good job of stopping that for no gain.
Approaching the 3-minute mark here and starting to think about our players of the game here tonight, and South Lyon East coming to town next week.
Yeah, that's the town will be talking about that one. I don't know how the team. Oh, this Milford kid is out loose.
Yeah, he.
I'll tell you, for a second there, I thought he was going to be gone, and we've got a flag
way back behind a couple of them.
Mr. McMasters and Ron Savage were mixing it up.
Looks like that's going to be against the Lions.
Yeah, after a big play. Well, that's going to get them out near midfield. They're at the 42 or 47-yard line. So Lions in the gun. Not the Lions, the Mavericks. They send a man in motion. Quarterback keeps it, runs out to the left.
Takes a hit.
He takes a big hit. He's going to probably lose some yardage there. At Derek Jambor with the tackle on that one. McMasters is pretty frustrated down there, Of course, with the big lead and that, you don't need to keep him out there. You bring him to the sideline, coach him up. And that's just 17, 18-year-olds.
With the couple men in motion, they'll let it go.
And there's a pitch out to the side. And a big hit in there. Another loss. Schaefer in there with the tackle, the initial hit. Quinn Fracassi also in on that tackle. So it's 3rd and 11 for the Mavericks. And the Lions defense is just swarming. We got 1:08. And that'll make it 4th and long for the Mavericks, which at this point will be going for it, obviously. We did a couple more substitutions out there. Mavericks in the gun. Clock's down to 35 seconds. And they are taking their time to get this play off, I'll tell you that. They roll out to the left. Oh, and the receiver drops that one. It'll stop the clock, 19 seconds left. And that turnover on downs is that was 4th down. So the Lions will just take a knee, and that'll be your ball game.
Yep.
with the score 55-27. I'm telling you, if you could take that third quarter out of this game, this is almost a perfect game for the Lions.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but that'll give the coaches something to work on them for South Lyon East next week.
And they had some makeshift lineups out there tonight, trying to protect some people. Yep. Some people got hurt during the game. So they'll work this week for East, which is always an emotional game.
Yes.
We'll be right back with a wrap-up here.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll be back with a quick post-game show in a moment, so stick around.
All right, I'm coming.
Whew. Well, folks, let me just go ahead and apologize to everyone right now. That was some of the worst camera work I've ever seen in my life.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how it comes out.
Well,
but, you did your best.
Yeah, 36 years old. I've lived in Michigan my whole life. You think you know how to dress for these elements, but throw some gloves on, and the camera was all over the place, so sorry if I made anyone sick at home, but boy, oh boy, the Lions come out. We talked about it being a business trip tonight, putting last week behind them, and for the most part, that's what we saw. The Lions came out and jumped out early and really kind of set the tone. The third quarter looked like maybe Milford decided they weren't done yet.
Right. They whatever they talked about at halftime, they drew it up and executed it perfectly as they came out and put 2 touchdowns unanswered quickly in 2 possessions. So it got a little scary there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't like the Lions just gave it up to them either. They were able to create that turnover. They got the interception, and really they had the ball most of the third quarter on those 2 touchdown drives.
Right. Yep. And so that's just, the Lions show their perseverance out there, having a couple of scores against them. They never hung their heads, got yelling at each other or anything at all like that. They just stayed as a team. Defense came back strong in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. And, big thing for the Lions, they get back in the win column. They improve to 7-1. And that's nothing to shake a stick at, Brian. I know we've been very fortunate with last year's team and this year's team. Winning, is nice to get used to. But, I think we should just take a moment and appreciate what a 7-1 start to the season is.
Oh, yeah. And, this kind of a game, when you have a half like that, it's a learning point for the team and for those kids that sit there on the sideline and they think they're ready, but when they get out there in game action, it's a totally different experience. And it's good to see these kids getting this experience.
Yeah, nope, I completely agree. And the game is always faster when you're out there when it counts.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad we got to see the kid, some of the second stringers get in. That's what you want to be able to see. And the Lions were able to close the deal tonight. Your final score, 55-27. Looking at our players of the game tonight, it was pretty easy for us. I'll start with our offensive player of the game, and it was number 5, Jordan Singleton. We were skeleton crew. We don't normally able to track stats anyways, but he had a bunch of yards and 3 touchdowns, and Jordan had himself a heck of a game tonight and took care of the football, and that's always important too.
Right, yeah. He was running through traffic. He did a good job of covering up. A few games ago he had a fumble, and I know he felt bad because it was at an inopportune time during the game and he came back in that game strong.
Yes, he did.
And ever since, he's been running really well with that ball.
Yeah. And it's always nice when the players make it easy on us, too. And our tough guy was a layup, too.
Yes, over on the defensive side, Steve Shelton came up with 2 interceptions and a couple of breakups, some good tackles. He did a great job on that defensive side, especially after Brendan Dancer went down. His experience back there came through and really helped.
Yeah, and on that, Milford had it down to a 2-possession ball game, and Shelton's able to come up with that pickoff. Or was it a 3-score game? It may have been a 3-score game. Either way, it was a big turnover, really kind of the dagger to put this thing away.
Right, and had he missed that, it got through him, it was trouble because the receiver, had he caught that, would have been nothing between him and the goal line.
Right, so congratulations to Jordan Singleton and Steve Shelton, our tough guy. Let's take a quick look ahead to next week. South Lyon East comes to South Lyon. They are in desperate measures to try and get into the playoffs. They need to win tonight, and they would need a huge win next week against South Lyon and look to get in as a bubble team. So we should look to get their best next week.
Yes, and regardless, they always do.
Right.
You know, it's a big game, point-wise for the playoffs and everything, and it's just a crosstown rivalry
Yes.
where both teams show up, and you know they want to get after us.
Yeah, they do. And it's honestly, it's great. It's good, clean fun. It's really a special environment. If you haven't been out to see it, we're at the Jungle next week hosting South Lyon East. Kickoff is 7 o'clock. I'd encourage you to get there early, especially if the weather's good. It'll be a full house, and you'll really enjoy it. It's truly a small town America at its best. So we look forward to seeing you all out there next Friday night at the Jungle as South Lyon East comes to town for the final week of the regular season in Week 9. For Brian McPhee tonight, I'm Dan Pelchat. Again, sorry for the terrible camera work. And remember, folks, it's a great day to be living in America. We'll see you next time.